Winding down, waking up, she's the caffeine in your cup. When days are long and nights are looking rough, hunker down, kick off your shoes, she will wash away the blues. Pour a mug and let the good times brew. We're gonna have some fun, you'll see, with MJ Coffee Junkie. Take a break, this cup's on me. It's NJ Coffee Junkie. It's NJ Coffee Junkie.
Good morning, everyone. NJ Coffee Junkie here, coming to you from the great state of New Jersey. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for giving me some patience for this very delayed stream. Hi, Faison. How are you? So, yesterday, I was out with my friends. We were celebrating our one friend's birthday. And we walked the whole mall. We went to a mall for lunch. We went to this fancy Mexican place. And oh, New Jersey, I am familiar with this place. We went to this Mexican place I'd never heard of before called Uncle Julio's. And it was very fancy pants. But it's in a mall, so we ended up going, around the mall. But I'm not used to walking that much anymore. Hi, Vid. Good morning. I'm not used to walking around that much anymore. So by the time we were done, I couldn't feel my feet or my ankles. And there was one point where my friend's like, because my one friend went to the restroom, my other friend was with me. And I just looked at her and I went, I need to sit down. I can't, my ankles are on fire. My feet have protested. I was like, please let me sit. And there happened to be just like a set of chairs. So I go to sit down, and apparently I was sitting next to this guy who was doing work on a laptop in the mall on a Saturday. So take that as you will. But I guess he wasn't happy with the fact that somebody sat next to him, because he immediately started packing up all of his stuff. And I was like, okay, excuse you, buddy. That's fine. You do you. And so it felt so good to get off of my feet that I lifted my, they were higher chairs, and I'm short, so my feet didn't have to touch the floor if they didn't want to. And I did not let them. I just let my feet dangle. But the funny part was, there was a coffee shop right behind us. And so when our other friend met up with us, I said to them, I think I'm going to grab a cup of coffee for the road, because this is a place, I forget the name of it now. And I also don't, whatever. I was like, I think I want to check this place out. Do you want anything? So I ended up getting them some water, and I got myself a iced decaf latte because it was so hot and so humid. It was awful out yesterday. It was pretty good, but man, by the time I got home, I could barely keep my eyes open. I could barely move. And it's Saturday night, so we're watching Evil Notion stream, and I was taking naps as I waited for my turn to play Jackbox. I managed to stay awake long enough to play, and then knocked right out almost immediately after. I woke up, it was 4 a.m. I was on the couch, and I was in this wacky position, and I went, oh no, here we go again. I legitimately thought I went to bed. I did not go to bed. Yeah. Oh my gosh, just a whole thing. I think my friends are ready for a call, so I'm going to call them and we're going to play. Because I want to catch up with them and see how their week went. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hello. There they are. I think Amelia's off this week, but that's okay. She can join us later. Hi, guys.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am sleep deprived. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! But I'm also doing okay.
Wonderful.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
I updated my Elgato software and it's acting funny, so
That
always
is,
fun.
you know what? That's okay. It's Sunday. It's gonna be on the struggle bus. We'll just take the ride.
Yep.
What stops her on the struggle bus?
Taking medication right now.
Oh yes.
Which means-
you know what? I
Oh.
should probably do that.
I'll be up till 4 in the morning today. Yay!
Yay!
Because I woke up and my brain was awake, but my body wasn't. So it was one of those things like, if you are, by the way, if you have Sagrada up, I will start a game while we chat. Just let me know.
I am ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I will wait for confirmation from Tyran, who probably went to go get his daily. I am functioning as a human being because of these things. Besides coffee.
Good.
Okay. I am creating the game.
Okay, I am launching the game in order to then join the game.
That is a-okay. You take your time. If we have a random person join in, we will escape. We will hit the escape patch.
Whoa! What just happened? Whoa,
Take your time.
Okay. The game just decided to. There we go. Okay.
Vid says, and I just lost the game. Well, Vid also said earlier, I like the custom ringtone. Yeah, it reminds. I do that because it reminds me of Lily Tomlin from Laugh-In. She played the switchboard operator, and I used to watch Laugh-In as a kid, even though it's from the '60s. They'd have like Nick at Night, and it would be on really late. It would be on later at night, and I love that show.
That was on Nick at Night? Really?
I think it was
Yep.
Nick. Nick at Night.
Oh.
It's either Nick at Night or TV Land, I think.
Oh, TV Land. Yes. It was. It was definitely one of them. It was definitely one of them. Before I gave you guys a ring, I was telling everybody about my adventures yesterday, and how I didn't get to like this one part, but we went to this place. I don't know if it's a chain, but it's like this high-end Mexican place called Uncle Julio's. My friend wanted to go there for her birthday lunch. Because originally we were going to go to her house and hang out in her pool with, like the kids and everything. And the weather was trash. So she said, oh, let's just go grab lunch. So we went to go grab lunch, and it was super fancy. And the drinks were strong.
It's always a plus.
Well, because I had taken oh, there's Amelia. Hi, Amelia. Good morning,
So
everyone. I'm going to turn you up just a tad.
Do we want to cancel this game and start a new one so Amelia can join us?
I can watch.
Okay.
All right, because we literally just started.
That's okay.
All right. You sound.
You were saying, NJ?
Oh yeah, no, we went to this fancy place, and the food was really good, and I had a couple of sips. Like my friend sitting next to me, she let me try her stuff. She let me have a sip of her drink. One was watermelon and one was pineapple, and I had considered getting something, but something told me not to. And I'm kind of glad I listened, because boy howdy, they made them very, very strong. Very, very, very strong.
Ooh.
And I said, if I ordered one of these, I said, you'd have to carry me out. Because I could, even from the 2 sips, I could feel it. And I went, I chose wisely. So I had strawberry lemonade instead, and it was really good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Years ago, I went to a restaurant to a steakhouse with a friend of mine, a chain steakhouse,
Mm-hmm,
and whoever was pouring that night was pouring strong.
Oh,
And, and my friend and I would, and this was before I was married, and one of us was the designated driver whenever it was any of us going out. But we both ordered with our appetizers a shot of whiskey, and plus the drinks were extra strong. And so the waitress came by and brought me a free shot just because. And my friend's like, "Oh, she's flirting with you." I'm like, "She's looking for a." I said, "She's," or what did he say? He said, "I think she wants to take you home." And I said, "No, I think she wants to. If she does want to take me home, she's going to need a wheelbarrow because there's no way I'm going to be able to walk out under my own power."
oh my goodness. Well, the cool thing about this place, and we decided to spoil the birthday girl. We saw that they had this. It's a chocolate piñata thing, and it's full of fresh fruit and churros and all this other stuff. And they bring it out on this giant tray, and they wrote "Happy Birthday" and cinnamon on it and everything. And there was whipped cream everywhere or whatever. And it's on this, it's attached to some sort of hook. And they have this long baton. So they give her the baton and they tell her, okay, now you're going to crack it open. And so she whacks it a couple of times and it just explodes. And it's thick chocolate, all this fruit and everything. And it's meant for about, like 6 people. Yeah, no, we pretty much demolished it. There was just a little bit left over. There was a little left over when we were done. But it was so hot that we took what was left, we took some of the leftover chocolate, but it did not make it. It did not have a good time in the car. No, unfortunately, did not make it, which was sad. Because I was actually going to take some of it, but it was so hot and humid. My God. Yeah.
I'm going to absolutely love next week because apparently next week here it is supposed to get. I think I retweeted this. There was a weather report stating that here in Texas, it is going to next Wednesday. It's going to be hotter than 99% of the planet, including the Central Sahara and the Gobi deserts. It's going to be the only places that are hotter are parts of Central Saudi Arabia and Mali. Like,
I'm just gonna say good luck with that.
R.I.P. Rest in pepperonis.
Thank goodness my cousin got her AC fixed.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Well, yeah.
I've been in 110-degree heat. It's
you want
terrible.
it to be dry. You want it to be dry.
I've been in it when it's humid.
That is no thank you.
Yeah, there's something called the wet bulb temperature.
Uh-huh.
Which basically means that you can't cool off because it's too humid.
Yep.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It's a very dangerous thing, and until recently it only really happened in jungles. I don't think you're in danger of that with the humidity levels that are projected, but drink a ton of water, and if for any reason you find yourself confused when you're outside, get inside, get to AC, and basically drink as much water within reason as you can stand.
That's horrifying.
It's awful.
I think it's supposed to rain here all week, and that's why we moved our get together. We're hoping that later in the summer it works. We were going over when we could come over, and my friends, thankfully, are very kind women because I'm honestly the hardest to schedule around because I'm the busiest over the summer. Because I have, I'm traveling a bit later this summer and stuff, and I'm like, well, I have this going on and I have this going on, and I mentioned that I'm gonna be, doing this, and so as we're standing there in the blazing heat trying to figure out calendars, it was kind of humorous. I must admit it was pretty funny. Oh, that wasn't smart. How about I do that instead?
Oh.
Okay. So let's live a wonderful life here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'm watching this and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's a little
So-
it's tough.
I know what
Yep.
your color is, and I'm screaming at you.
And that's fine. Scream away. I'm good. Scream away, do scream away, do.
I was going with I can't remember who it was. I want to say it's the Coors. Instead of Sail Away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scream away, scream away, scream away.
Ah.
I
Also,
thought you were going to go into Styx direction.
I was just about to.
That-
I was just about to. That was
yeah,
literally about to come out of my mouth.
I don't have the range of Dennis DeYoung, so
Oh,
I didn't want to torture everyone with
oh,
I'm screaming away.
oh my goodness! I just snorted so hard I hurt myself. Oh,
All things
Yeah.
considered, that wasn't too bad.
oh, holy
I'm very
moly!
self-conscious about my singing. So,
That's okay.
As am I. As am I.
although I was, that reminds me, I was listening to Tool. I was
As you
driving a
do.
friend home and his then fiance from a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And the rule in my car is the driver chooses the music, and if anyone wants to sing along, they're welcome to. And my friend was feeling feisty, and he was like, "Oh, I love this song. You're going to butcher it." And I just side-eyed him.
As you do.
And he said, when the song was over, "Holy shit, you nailed that." Excuse my language. Sorry.
Good.
I apologize. But those were his exact words. And I was like, yeah, I know this song. I love this song. And you don't ever get to critique my singing when I'm driving.
Oh.
Holy biscuits.
Yep.
See, that would be an interesting, like, food parody if Weird Al ever decided to do something silly, like instead of Holy Diver, Holy Biscuits. Holy biscuits, I just ran out of buttermilk.
Wow.
Got the flower.
Hi garbage. I apparently should have waited before diving into the decaf. I've got I had my first cup of regular and I'm trying to really cut back on my caffeine because I think it's it might be affecting me a little bit, so yeah, I'm gonna leave you with a variety. Have fun. Is that? Oh yeah, it's raining. All right. It's raining sideways.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know. I just like saying that. Yeah, it's raining. It's raining hard enough where I can see the rain with the tree, and we got a tree across the street, and looks like the drops are thick, and I've got the skylight over my head, so I hear it plinking heavily over my head. And when it first started, I was like, "Oh no."
Excuse me 1 second.
Sure.
I want to know, have you ever seen the rain?
Thank you. Oh, now I
Yuck.
kind of wish that I didn't put that 4 there. Rip. Because I might have to actually scoot that over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to scoot that bad boy over, so I can
Okay.
put the yellow one there instead. I think that can be arranged.
I am not warmed up enough to attempt Dio at this time.
Let's see, what else do we... Okay, there's a Okay, so there's not much here, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna scoot that over, because this is green. Because I can also scoot that over, because they're both green. And then I can put this one here. Wait, no, hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Hold on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna scoot you there. And then scoot you there. And then plunk you here. And then I'll worry about this, because this has to be blue later. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that has to be blue, so good luck me.
So there's a song by Clutch. What is it?
Yeah.
It's basically how to make Maryland crab cakes.
Yes, I know what song you're talking about, and I can't think of the name.
Yeah, and it's I Can See Holy Diver being done as Holy Biscuits by Weird Al, and talking about like sifting and melting
Yes.
butter or not, you know, and just...
I could totally see us dropping like a hot parody track. If we wanted to come up with something. Hi, Lacerte.
Well,
Hot parody track.
I did do the Killers, Mr. Brightside, as an allergy song a while back.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
I still think the best rendition of the Killers is setting it to Christmas songs.
Yes.
Like here, like which one is the one? I can't remember what the title of it is, but it's the one about Santa Claus. He's making a list. He's checking it twice.
Oh, Santa Claus is coming to town.
I guess it's just Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's making a list, and he's checking it twice, and he's gotta find out who's been naughty or nice. How did it end like this? How did it end up like this?
The song is Hot Bottom Feeder by Clutch.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness.
I'll drop a link in the chat if anyone's interested.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
And it's my turn, sorry.
No, take your time.
No, you have to hurry up. The world's about to end.
Net.
The world's been about to end since I was born, apparently, so...
Okay.
Oh, listen to it pour, baby. Listen to it pour. Well, at least my roses are going to get some attention. They've been needing some rain for a while. They bloom for about 2 or 3 weeks, if that, and then they all fall apart, and then they come back, and then they fall apart. It's kind of humorous-ish, humorous light. Okay, so I'm gonna take this green 4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take one of the purple 5s. Because that'll close me out there and I should be fine.
Okay. I need to do a switcheroo.
Okay.
Good luck.
And I think the best... Oh, no, that's a color restriction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need one die that I can just move. And I think the candidate for that is this yellow 4. And then I'm going to move this red 5 so that I can then place the purple 5.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Nice save there.
I just need to figure out what the heck I'm going to play after that. guess I can go with this green 6. It's not like it's helping or hurting me.
And I'm going to take that purple 5 and then pray that I get something useful.
Also, I just found out, or confirmed something that I thought I knew. So I'm not sharing bad info. If you put bone meal in your soil as an amendment, when you're planting your roses or refreshing the soil around them, it promotes strong root growth and overall healthy plants.
Oh.
And
just like in Minecraft.
That is one of the most metal things I've ever heard. You want prettier roses? Get some bone meal in there.
So Minecraft was right all along.
Yes. Apparently. Okie dokie. Alright, we're gonna have to...
Oh, that's a number restriction. Oh, that's a pain in the tuchus.
It's not no, I got it. Hold on. We're gonna do a do-si-do here and a do-si-do there. Nope. Oh, rip. Okay, that's not the do-si-do we're gonna do. We are gonna do the different do-si-do. We're gonna do a do-si-do here and cry.
Yay!
Okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, there's no green. There's no green in the round track.
I guess you can move the 4 and the green 4, a green 4 and a green 1. It's like fiddle with them.
Well, I know that I can do... because there's no 4s in the track either.
Yeah.
So if I move this 4 here... to fill that space, because that space has to get filled in. And then I move this 4 down here. That still doesn't fill this one.
What about the 1? What about moving the 1 down so that you can keep you can place another green 4?
It's a 1. It's a 1 requirement. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is a 1 requirement. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me have a good think about this for a split second.
You might just have to rip the column.
Not necessarily. If I move this and yeah, I don't think I've got the real estate to do it. Well, if I move that, I know I need to move this and this. But this is the problem. So that's going to require some... Yeah, quit your belly aching. I'm thinking here. So if I do this, and there's only a blue 3, and I do that, that's going to leave that wide open.
You can't because of yellow 3.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Okay. So I need to move a different 4, but this is all green. So it kind of doesn't matter. So I might end up leaving one of these rows completely borked.
Okay.
I might end up leaving one of these borked because I can't really move. Because I can do this and this. Wait, hold on. I think I got it. If I do that and that.
Interesting.
Okay, so that's there. Yeah, hold on. So if I move, what is this? This is green. Okay. So if I move this here and this here. Okay. So then I would have to put the blue 4 or the green 4 here, which does nothing to solve my problem because because then I'd have to move that and then that. No. So that's not it. That's not it. That's not the solution. So if I move you here, because this can't, that green 1 cannot move, and I move you up here, then next turn
You can move the red.
next turn I move. I'm not gonna. Next turn is gonna be rough because I'm not gonna have the wiggle room to move, so that's not gonna work. So I think I'm stuck, and I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to just eat it because no matter what I do, I'm gonna have an open spot. I don't have the wiggle room to move, and it just no. I don't want that. I want the yellow. I want the 3. Thank you. No, stop.
What?
Rude! So rude! Excuse you! Excuse you, sir!
Are you serious?
Wow. That's
You jerk! Excuse you!
Oh no.
Oh, there's no oh no. It's fine. I'm gonna do this instead. You to you to you. That way I still at least complete the board.
Right.
I'll take it. I'll take it and run. Bye. Bye. Goodbye, everybody.
that's all, folks.
Yeah.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah.
Unless you need the blue 3 Tyrant.
I do not.
That was a process right there. That was rough. Not gonna lie. That was absolutely rough. Good grief, man. Good grief.
Yeah.
Nice board, gentlemen.
Very. We did it. We made it through. Yay!
Yay!
We did it.
Now the Dora thing's going through my head.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
Oh, this is wild. Oh.
Nice Tyrant.
Oh.
And good
Nope.
game engine.
Whoa.
Good job.
No way. I was not
Wow.
expecting that.
You had. I
I
assume without even looking, I assume your color's purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy biscuits, but nice, Tyran.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I need to
Oh.
get the game open.
Oh my
You
good
had-
grief.
You really had those.
Oh, that's
those-
so good.
I was just waiting the whole game for some high value blues, and we just never got them.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that happened to me when I was playing the daily yesterday. There was one point where I think the color was like I don't even remember the color, but it was
Green.
yeah, it was green, and so it would be a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, and so you try to flip because we had the tool where you could flip. So I'm trying to flip, but also trying to be conservative and not use all of my favor tokens at once in the early game, and it was so tough. So tough.
Hey, I completed that board, no openings, and I didn't use any tools. So I'm
Yeah.
proud of myself.
You should be. That's impressive.
And over 60 on score. So
Yeah.
That was an amazing game.
Yeah.
That was absolutely amazing.
Really good.
I'm gonna save that real quick because I save all of our weekly games in the Discord. Especially I want to preserve this not just for the nice score, but also just because of how close we all came.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give Amelia a minute to get the game open and everything.
It's
Um,
open.
okay. Well, I need a second. I need I need a second. I need to step out for a second. You keep talking. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm. Is it raining where you are, Rex?
Not at the moment, but the tiny area of sky I can see between the trees from where I'm at, it went from blue and now it's getting a little gray. So, and it kind of feels like it's going to rain today. So,
Gotcha.
So how hot is it supposed to be, Tyran?
Well, I think it's supposed to be 106 officially. On next Wednesday. I'll check again. I'll need to see if they updated it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My computer says it hot, and it's only 91, and I'm like, okay.
Let's see. What is it? What's the temperature outside right now? Okay, it says. So for today, it's about 89 degrees. It feels like 104 outside right now. Let's see. So yeah, Wednesday it's going to get up to 106. Now that's not even considering the
Heat index.
heat index. Yes. So we'll figure out the humidity is 64%, which I don't even know how it can be that humid. But oh well.
It can be that humid, but you guys have needed rain for quite a while and ain't got none.
We got a lot in May. We had several weeks of consistent rain in May. So
Oh, I'm talking this month.
well, this month, we'll see. We've gotten occasional thunderstorms because the heat dome we're on the edge of it, and so it's creating thunderstorms in a line from Amarillo to Corpus Christi. So they occasionally we will get something, but it looks like for next week it's just going to be hot
Yeah.
and sunny. So we'll figure it out eventually. Heat advisory is in effect until 9 p.m. No kidding. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get a cold front because Wednesday it's gonna be 106, and then Thursday it's gonna be only 102. Good job, everybody. When is the jet stream moving over?
I am just so glad my cousin got her AC fixed. Oh my. She was like melting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised her computer was still working after all of that because she still had to work.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Yep.
works from home.
Yep.
It's like, oh no.
Let's see. Where is this? Oh. Okay. Where are you? Yep.
Sorry about that.
Sure.
Oh,
okay.
goodness. Okay. Some things just can't wait.
No.
Understand.
Okay. New game.
Oof. I almost clicked on the wrong one.
Online.
I've done that and I'm like, who are all these people? Oh, crap.
These are not the players I play with.
Having hot flashes in the summer is not cool.
Literally.
Oh, I am going to torture myself. Why not?
I haven't played this one in a while, but I'm gonna try that one.
I cracked up a bit yesterday when we were out because I kept saying, "Oh, well, it's supposed to rain and thunderstorm. I'll just wear jeans." Yeah, no, it ended up being sunny and hot, and we were all just, oh, we were miserable.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I'm just like, ugh. I don't know, just the humidity's been rough. Humidity's been rough.
Okay, let's see. Okay, row color and variety. All right.
Yeah, they're keeping us on our toes, but at least it's not, row variety too, because that would have been ridiculous.
Row variety 2, the varietying. There you go.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, what do we have here? So let's see. It's all row variety, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll be okay. So we'll start here. Actually, no, we'll start down here. Work our way up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I realized that I haven't been able to stream since last Tuesday. And I meant to come hang out. And I was going to play on Friday, but by the time I finished work and then ended up grabbing dinner, I was like, "Oh, I'll be a few minutes." No.
Fridays, I've been so exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if I don't take a nap, I can't even play Among Us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I didn't nap after work.
Yeah, and I should probably reply to the emails, but that's why I haven't been partaking in the game nights, because I just know where I'm at right now. It's like,
Well, that's valid. Our next game night is kind of far for you. I don't want to say where, obviously, but
yeah, but even without that, it's like, I can't.
I understand.
I don't have the capacity to be that on mentally.
That is more than valid. Absolutely more than valid.
It is a great crew to play with, and hopefully I can figure out how to become a functional adult again in that respect and socialize.
Well, you're always welcome.
I know, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Anytime. Yeah, we're gonna go see our friend, and I don't think we've seen him in like 6 months, just because of distance and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I treated myself because my old chair was. Lady Amelia, you okay?
Gosh. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I treated myself a couple months back and got a Secret Labs chair.
Ooh.
And it's lovely and it's great. But the one thing I don't like about it is I can never remember which knob adjusts the lumbar support height
Oh no.
and which knob adjusts the depth.
Oh no.
But it has removable armrests. You can flip them off. So I took it to you twist them and they flip off. Not just the traditional gesture of displeasure, but you can twist it. So I took a piece of painter's tape and wrote lumbar depth and which direction you twist it, and the other one is lumbar height. So if I'm uncomfortable and need to adjust it, I know I'm not going to remember.
Yeah. That's just going ahead and giving yourself those notes, regardless of what mental state you're going to be in to remember or not remember
Yeah.
things around you. Might as well.
Seriously.
Okay, what do I want to do I'm going to put you here.
You know, I had the last time we spoke, Rex. You did have that chair, and I thought that it was. I thought that it was new, but I didn't say anything because I thought it was like, oh, I'm just being a doofus because I haven't been paying attention. But no, you actually did get a new chair.
Yeah, I've had it for a while now, and I really, really like it because it comes in different sizes,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I got the larger one because I am a larger person, and it's made such a big difference.
Oh, I'll
Good.
bet.
In and I remember back in the 90s when I was working for a Herman Miller dealer, and
Mm-hmm.
they came out with the Aeron chair, and it came in 3 sizes. And one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Why do we need this? Blah 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 blah." And she was like 5'7" or 5'8", I'd guess.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my other coworkers was under 5 foot.
Oh my goodness.
And this was before pneumatic lifts were really common in seats, because the idea was you weren't hot swapping seats all that often, so you just get a mechanical thing for it.
Yeah.
And we had 4 CAD stations that we used. And if I went to use the one she had been in, I was sitting on the floor. And if she went to use the one I had been sitting in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, her feet were dangling. And every now and again she would go, "Who was Rex? Put the seat back when you're done."
Oh my gosh.
and I was like, "You could lift it up for me."
Seriously. Like, come on now.
You know?
Share and share alike, right?
Yeah, but it's because at the time having seats for AutoCAD and having a PC on everyone's desk was not a common thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had terminals and a big piece of iron in the server room for all of our inventory and sales management, because PCs were still not a commodity thing, and especially not a high-end Pentium, air quotes, PC to run AutoCAD on.
Air quotes. I get that. I think.
Nice diagonal. It'd be great if we had them.
Yeah. Just wait. It'll be next game, and we won't have diagonals on our boards.
Well, green is my color, so I figured.
Well, that's appropriate.
Oh, I can't move it after I place it. Oof. Okay. Well.
So there's good news. My bathroom's completely done since the last time we spoke.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. It's like being in a spa. It's lovely. And well worth the time it took. When I was talking to my friends at lunch yesterday, we were trying to figure out how long it had been since we had that bathroom functioning. And I realized that it was probably around 2016.
That's what, 7 years?
Mm-hmm. Like late 2016, early 2017 when the pipe cracked. Hi,
Well-
Cammy. Good to see you.
What a difference 7 years makes.
Seriously. Like, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. It's been absolutely kind of ridiculous, I guess. But
Sure.
to have it working again is so good. Oh my goodness. And it helps now because if we're in a real hurry, we can go to each bathroom and, like get changed and stuff. So it's actually just really nice.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it only took about 5 weeks, and they did really good work, and it's just a relief. And now we just kind of looked at each other the other day, and we're like, okay, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have more stuff that needs doing.
Understood.
Yeah, a friend of mine's kind of going through that now, where he moved into his house 15 years ago that he's in now,
Yeah.
and it was new construction. And over the past 3 years, it's been the dishwasher and the AC unit and the furnace, and major systems are going, and it's because they're designed to last 15 to 20 years, depending. And he's just in the cycle of, and now we have to replace and upgrade, you know. And it's frustrating, but it's the ongoing thing with a house.
Mm-hmm.
I've joked I'm going to just move into a yurt.
I had to help talk a very good friend of mine off a ledge.
Oh no.
From buying an old Victorian house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she loves that kind of work. Her husband is super into it. They would spend money to renovate, older houses.
Mm-hmm.
The one that they were looking at, and she's the kind of believer that if we're gonna do this, we're gonna go all in, and like we're gonna restore the paint and get the fun Victorian like paint, like bright pinks and oranges and blue pastels, colors that were on the outsides and everything. They were gonna spend money on this place, but it had all these electrical and plumbing issues.
Oh
It's
no.
just like there was legit water damage everywhere, and especially in the upstairs. And finally, I had to have we had to have a heart-to-heart moment where I told her, you can't buy this place.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't. I'm begging you not to. She's like, yeah.
You had to activate full friend mode right there.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is an intervention.
Yeah, my brother and one of my best friends both worked in construction in high school and through college. And one of the things that there was a town that had a big train station that was nearby to where we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of houses that bankers from New York had built back that were Victorians, and they were gorgeous, and beautiful woodwork. And talking to my friend, he said, I have never seen so many problems because the plumbing is like 80 years old. And people don't want to give up the plaster lath walls.
Nope.
And it's almost impossible to fix.
Yeah.
Without just gutting it. And I said, so the movie The Money Pit's accurate? And he's like, you have no idea.
Oh, it absolutely is, yeah.
And a part of me looks at those houses and thinks they're gorgeous. The high ceilings, the beautiful woodwork, all of that. But I also recognize that it's not a house I'm going to be able to live in for like 2 years because I'm going to need to have all the woodwork removed.
Yep.
I'm going to need to have it gutted.
Yep.
I'm going to need to have all of the problems fixed.
Yep.
And then I can have it properly insulated, replumbed, reset for heating and AC.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just everything that you need to do. You would be better off finding a Victorian home plan and working with an architect and building a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With modern insulation and modern conveniences than to restore an old house. And I'm not
Yep.
saying old houses shouldn't be restored. They should. They're gorgeous, and there's value in design in there. But it's unless you are literally made of money, don't.
Yeah. They had like they were saving up money to buy this place, and I think ultimately, because like they were like, okay, we understand that it's going to, we may not be living in it for a while. We'll do a bunch of we'll do a bunch of the renos. We know we're going to sink money in here because this is where we want to live for like ever.
Okay,
So,
that's
okay.
see, that's different.
They were all in on being like, yeah, if we're going to do all these renovations, we're going to live here a long time. But
Yeah.
Sure.
I had to tell them, hey, look, they're asking for like several hundred. They're asking for like $100,000 over asking price. Like you just can't afford that, and your renos. It's like y'all gotta take a step back, and they finally decided against it, and it hurt them in their souls. I could feel their sadness. It's just like, you didn't get it. We're never gonna get this again. They were.
And that's disappointing, but at the end of the day, you have to look at it as, do you really want the stress and the headache? Because that's ultimately what's going to come along with it.
Exactly.
And that was actually one of the things. Well, in a different sense, we saw this beautiful house in a historical district when we were looking for houses. And we started walking through, and we looked around, and it was pretty pristine. Like, nothing had been touched or anything. And as we're walking through the house, we realized that the house was built so long ago that it didn't have a proper bathroom. It had a water closet.
Oh.
So they were separated. And we kind of looked at each other, and we went, we can't even think about living in this house because we would not feel comfortable touching any of it, nor would we probably be allowed to. Because with anything that's considered in a historical district or what have you, there are a lot of different things you have to consider and what you'd actually be allowed to do. Because you can't modernize the house, really. You have to keep it in that relatively same setup or condition or whatever. And we just kind of looked at each other and went, no, we're out. We're not doing that. And we moved on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing with older houses, for me at least,
Mm-hmm.
the basements were not built with me in mind. Like, even in my house, I have to duck going down the stairs to the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the ductwork runs the length of the house, and I have to duck when I walk through the middle of the basement.
You have to
And
duck to the duct?
yes, because the thought of someone being my height in a basement was not considered when the house was built.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay, this is how it is, and it's, air quotes, fine. But at the same time,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna boop that. Yeah, there was one house we went to where, I'm only 5'5" on a good day, and we looked at this one house, and it immediately was a no from me because it was so small to begin with. But when we went down into the basement and I had to bend over double,
yeah.
I was like, no. Also, there were no houses around it. It was in the middle of nowhere, kind of.
Cabin in the woods.
Yeah, I immediately noped. I went, no, I can't live here. No, this isn't for me. No, bye. Gotta go. Not having it.
My brother and I are the same height, and when he was house shopping, he and his wife, who's 5'2",
Mm-hmm.
found this house, and my brother said to the realtor, "Don't show me a house I have to duck in."
Yep.
And she's like, okay. And they go to this first house, and it's really cute. And like, he's like, it was a little small, but it wasn't terrible. But I went to go up the stairs to the second floor, and I had to duck
Yep.
On the second floor.
because the way they notched the stairs in when they added the second floor, they didn't take a. If they had taken out one more joist,
Mm-hmm.
it would have given him clearance. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hit my head every morning. I forget before I've had my coffee when I head downstairs. Just no.
Yeah, understandable.
And the realtor was about the same height as his wife, and she was like, I don't understand why you don't like this. And he just looked at her, and he did the thing, maintained eye contact, walked down the stairs, and it was like right where the bill of his hat would be if he was wearing a ball cap. He said, I'm not dealing with this every day. Next
No.
house.
Nor should
And-
you.
Yeah, and his wife and the realtor were both like, oh, but this is why I said this. And it's because our dad is was 6'8".
Oh
And-
my goodness.
And
That's
That's tall.
whenever he and my stepmom would get a new place, and when we moved into our house from Ohio, and every house he's been in, he's always had the shower head moved up because he doesn't want to have to duck when he takes a shower at home. And
Yeah.
so, inevitably, in any new construction, there's two things. He wants the counter this high, so when he rests his palms, they're on the counter. And he wants the shower head here.
Yeah.
And inevitably, when they're doing the punch list, one of those two things has to be corrected.
Yep.
And this is why he stops by the construction sites during construction and talks to the GC, the general contractor, and is like, remember how I said this? And GC's like, right, I'll talk to the plumber. And it doesn't always happen. And then he just, doing the walkthrough, steps into the shower and says, this needs to be here.
Yep.
Yep. My cousins
Oh.
are 6'8". They could only buy new construction because of I guess the architectural style now is just the open concept, and so it means that you get
Yeah.
higher and taller doors. And so out here, that means like, oh, the door clearance heights now are 6'10", 7 feet rather than
Yeah.
not, because like they have to duck when they go into my aunt's house because the ceiling clearance on that is like 6'7.5". And they have had to go to the hospital before because they would bang their heads.
Oh.
They would forget to open when they were opening the back door that
Oh,
they
no.
don't have full clearance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My dad is as he put it, I am as tall as the door. And I said, do you duck every time? He said, actually, I adjust my stride so that I am mid-stride and lower, and most doors I can get through without ducking.
Well, that's
if I'm
good.
thinking about it. And I'm like, the fact that you have to think about that.
Right.
Well, Rex, you've been to our house, and but you haven't. I don't think you've seen the basement. When we go down the basement, we have to duck because of how the stairs are set up. But if you also notice, we actually have two hard hats that we keep. We keep those hard hats in right next to that spot, especially if we have to go in where we keep some of our storage. And that is by design, because if we don't, we will end up concussed.
Yeah. I have hit my head in my basement and going down to my basement if I'm distracted. And I make it a point, if I'm tired, to raise my left hand as I'm going down the stairs.
Yep.
So
That's actually
even
smart.
If I forget, I don't hit my head. And it's
Yeah.
not super low, but it's just enough that I clip the dome.
And that hurts.
Yeah,
And,
because
um,
there's a lot of me moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, Amelia, what's up?
Can I have that red 3?
Only if I can have the red 4, please.
away.
Yay! Oh, goodness.
Well, then I will take the red 5 and put it over here.
That sounds like an absolute plan.
But yeah, my next place, if for as much as I can within the choices I'll have, these are all considerations. When I go through a standard width bathroom door, which is narrower than like a bedroom door,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I have to
totally ripped
turn
that.
because I'm too
So-
wide.
Let's just do it there. Then
Because otherwise my elbows will brush against it.
Eep.
So if I'm building my own place, I'm going to have a standard width door to the bathrooms.
That's not bad.
Oh, Kate 46 and Main Steve.
Oh, hi, Kate. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Welcome, welcome.
Breezing through on mod duty. Ooh, have fun with that. And on mobile. Oof. How are you able to mod on mobile? Because every time I sit in one of Skiz's streams, I can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it.
All the buttons on mine are very small when I try to do mobile mods.
Miss V does it too. Yeah, I wish I knew how. Wow, this all is stinky poo.
I agree. I totally forked myself by putting that 4 where I did, so.
Yeah, I think I did as well. I'm trying to think of how to get out of this pickle jar that I'm in, because...
It is...
Oh.
not
Oh, wait,
that I've done
I do.
Not
Go
that
ahead.
I've done a ton of modding. It is possible to mod on mobile, but some features are limited and not always accessible. So if you could leave me the blue 2.
You can have it, because I am done. I'm taking that green 5. I seem to have put myself in a very awkward spot, so I need to figure out what my plan of action is. I have some ideas, but actually wait, no, I do not, because there's no movement this game. So rip me. Excuse me.
And at the same time, it's interesting because my mom, my sister-in-law, and my ex are all 5'2". The things that the men in the family would do because, well, this works for me. And the shorter people are like, yeah, but look. Okay, if I do that, that'll give me 6, but it'll cost me, that'll zero out.
Yes.
So that's not worth it.
Yes, Kate. I'm with Rex, Tyran, and Lady Amelia. And we're just hanging out.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, we're all funny.
So,
Okay.
I've got a funny story for you.
Go
Yesterday,
right ahead.
yesterday morning, yesterday morning, we decided to go submit passport applications. Because, I'm going to take that blue 3, unless somebody called it. Did somebody
I
call
can
it?
use the red 3.
You can have it.
Same, but go ahead. Take it.
So we went to go get our passports. And we're like, okay, we're just like, la, 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 la. We're going to go take care of this. It's going to be great, whatever. Because we had been invited to go join some friends on a trip. And we were considering it, because why not? But we realized that neither of us have passports right now. So we decided to go. We go to the post office, we filled out all the forms, go to the post office, and we're able to get everything we need. And I was kind of cracking up because, oh, you know what? Hold on. I wanted to do, no, wait, no, I'm not going to do that, because if I do that, that's not good. Wait, yes it is. No, it's not. Crap. All right. The red 3's already been called, and I can't use the yellow 5. Can I use the red 6 or the red 4?
I'm gonna. I'm ripped.
Okay, then I'm gonna take the.
You can take the red 6.
I will. I'm going to take it and then pray for a yellow 1. Wish me luck. So we went to the post office and everything, and I had. Wait, why didn't you take the red 3? Oh, because somebody called it.
Called it.
I called it.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. But what was funny was that we've been having power outages.
Can I have the red 1, please?
Are you serious?
I need
Yes.
the yellow 1, please, baby hamsters. I need the yellow 1. That is exactly what I need.
I'm done.
Okay. Yellow 1. And then I will take either of the greens. If you are flying, make sure you have an ID that is accepted for travel, because some states don't accept a driver's license. New Jersey does. And I think Arizona does, because I'm going to Arizona later this summer. I will definitely double check. So thank you for mentioning that, Kate.
What does everyone need?
Either of the greens, please.
I just need a die to swap out. So you are no requirement for me.
Wait, let me make sure. Yep. Either one.
Okay, I'm going to swap out the purple 5.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so Kate says, no problem, don't want me to get stuck at the airport. I appreciate that. As far as I know here, Real ID isn't going into effect, I think, nationwide until 2025.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta double check.
Yeah.
But I definitely know it's not before I stream. Not fly, rather. Stream, good grief. I have streamer brain. But I kept thinking to myself, because we've had some power outages lately, oh my gosh, with the heat and the humidity and everything, I was like, please don't let the power go out before we're done. Because they said to us, it'll take about 3 months to get your passports. And I was like, no, I don't want it to take 3 months. But whatever.
It sometimes it depends on what sort of backlog and traffic they have.
Yeah.
And time leading up to it.
But I'm like, okay, that's fine. I kid you not. I had something to mail, and I left it in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So, after we're done, we're all set, we're all paid. I go out to the car, I grab the parcel that I'm sending to Tommy Boy. Mm-hmm. I come back in, and we're putting the box together. And just as we're done and we're about to get back on the line, all I had to do was write the address. Power went out.
Yep. Ooh.
Power went completely out. And I was just like, no!
Good job, NJ.
Hey!
It's all work.
What?
Woo!
Good job.
Good job all around.
Yeah, we did
Rex,
good.
What? Wait, what? Oh, huh? No. What?
What?
Huh?
Rex,
Huh?
What?
Who?
how did you... You finished your board.
Yeah, but I did not exploit greens, and I lost 5 points on the bottom row going across,
Oh.
and
that's-
I wasn't heavy on the 1s and 2s at all. So
Okay.
I finished my board, but I did not go points heavy, if you will.
To be fair,
To be
To-
fair.
yeah,
I just looked at mine and I'm like, wait a minute. No.
thank you. Yeah, I'll be honest, there were a lot. I'm surprised by the amount of ones that came out because I was really biting my nails at one point. Not literally, thankfully. Hoping that I would not get stuck with the one on the bottom right.
I'll be right back. I need to go see if I can get some coffee.
That is a valid reason. Uh,
Oh,
I have to find my passport. I needed it for a job application a couple of years back, and I put it someplace safe,
yeah.
and I don't know where I put it.
You put it in the place where you least expect. If you look for something else, you'll probably find it.
There's a couple places I use for this, and I just need to get off my butt and dig around.
Yeah, I get that.
But I can't find it. What I need to do is just buy a safe. And, this is important. Okay, if it's important, it goes in the safe. Full stop.
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere else. It goes in the safe. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
I have a special drawer for important documents that I just, but it's like, if it's important, it goes in here. And one of those is passport.
I think I told the story last week of helping my friend move a safe into his basement.
Yes, I think you did.
Okay. Speaking of safes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's all set for that, which is good.
Well, that's great to hear.
Good. I take my passport with me a lot of places, especially when I just traveled, even just traveling domestic, because I know that driver's license.
That's valid.
I just take my passport everywhere. I also, I live in a voter ID state, and I take my passport with me to vote because if your driver's license address doesn't match your current address or your voting address, and you have to cast a provisional ballot, that's a problem. But if you have your passport, which does not have your address listed on it, then it's like, yeah, you still live here? And I go, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Oh my god.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, let's just go with that.
let's just go with that. I look at it. I'm like, I'm just thinking. Listen, buddies, I move like every year. I don't have time to deal with this right now. Like, oh well, your driver's license address doesn't match your voter's address. I'm like, yeah, because I live in the real world. It's
like I just moved like a week ago, buddy.
I just moved a week ago. Can we please not deal with this right now? We are the only state that does not have online voters registration. I don't know why. It is a pain to change my address.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry you have to contend with that because
Oh, there's so much paper. I can place faxes though. Apparently I can fax my application somewhere.
I believe I can fax.
I can go get all the racks.
Please accept my application.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to go through this every time.
Yes. So yes, I've discovered that it is just much easier to go to show my passport. I remember this one lady saying like, "You don't have a driver's license," and I was like, "No." And then like the look of consternation on her face, and then she went, "Okay."
The look of consternation. That's a great word for it.
Yeah, just absolutely just like, why are you just doing this? And I was just like, yeah, sure. I don't have one. I lost it. My dog ate it. I don't have a dog, so.
Yeah, I thought it was delicious. Ask for more ketchup.
Yes. There's those rashes of dogs eating driver's licenses. You better be careful about that, folks.
Something about the scent of the plastic they use when they laminate them just makes the dogs go wild.
Something about that.
Mm-hmm. I remember reading a story once. I think it was just like some random, maybe on Reddit or something, where oh, you're back? Awesome. Let's play.
Yes.
Where this guy took his dog to the vet because he couldn't figure out why his dog wouldn't eat. So they said to him, oh, well, show us how you feed your dog. So the guy, pours out the kibble or whatever, and the dog's really excited about it. But the guy then goes and gets ketchup and pours ketchup all over the dog food. And the dog's just looking at him like, well, there goes that. And the vet, is incredulous about it. And the guy says, well, I put ketchup on everything. And they're like, no.
Everything?
Like, no, buddy, no. Dogs don't like ketchup. Stop doing that.
Oh no.
I don't remember where I read it, but I do remember when I did come across that, the face palm was kind of supersonic. Just, it hurt me more than it would have hurt him.
A facepalm coming at you at supersonic speed would hurt.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like, no, buddy, no. Do not put ketchup on your dog's food.
There was a story about a vet tech. Well, it's not for this stream. I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
Okay,
It's funny, but it's borderline.
Understood.
Uh-oh. Column color, row shade.
Kate says,
Okay.
as a vet tech, that hurt. Oh.
I have a question. Are we streaming next weekend? Or playing next weekend?
It's 4th of July weekend.
It's 4th
Yeah,
of
that's
July
why I'm
weekend.
asking.
It's 4th of July weekend. As far as I know, I have no plans. So I planned on streaming. I'm actually trying to stream more often during the summer. Because I know I'm not going to be, even though I'm traveling a bit, I'm not traveling as much. I think. So, yes?
Okay.
Because as far as I know, there hasn't been any word amongst my friend groups about a barbecue or anything. I know that I have plans on Friday night and Saturday.
Okay.
I have our niece's birthday celebration is Saturday, I think.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Can someone leave me the yellow 2, please?
But
Yeah.
I had on my Christmas list and everything.
Yeah, we have a bunch of birthday celebrations. By the way, Kate shared that her iced coffee this morning is caramel and chocolate latte. And
Okay.
I am loving that. I am feeling that. This morning I had some Christmas blend coffee my friend gave me for Christmas, because I'm going through that. And I have grocery store hazelnut decaf, because the grocery store blend here is actually pretty good. And I do enjoy that. Okay, so I need to go there for certain, but I need to find a pathway across. So I hate to leave y'all with 4s, but I need to go here with the red 2.
That's been called. Or
The red
one
2.
of them.
The red 2 was called?
Or was it the yellow?
I thought it was the yellow.
It was the yellow 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the yellow 2. That's why I'm taking the red.
Okay.
And then it's all good. I'm going to take the green 6 because that is, if I'm going to have that row, that's the only thing I can play there, because this here on my right has to be a blue 2, and that's going to be a pain in the butt. The second I see a blue 2, I'm automatically calling it. Because I will not be able to use it otherwise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I hit the commit button.
You're all good. You're all good. It's okay. You're all set.
I need to.
We're over here just chilling today.
Yep. I can take a green 4 though.
Absolutely.
Yep, have at it.
It's like otherwise I'm kind of borked.
Work. Dun, 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 Swedish chef. Oh, so that reminds me, a couple of months ago, more than a couple now, I think, my favorite nerdcore artist got a bunch of their friends together with a bunch of their fellow artists, and they did what's known as a cipher, which is basically a collaboration of multiple artists over a single topic, where everyone is a different character of that topic. And so they did one, they call them unlikely ciphers, and the first one was the Muppets.
Oh.
It's 9 minutes long, and it's so good. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Come back here. Come back here, screen. Thank you. I'm actually going to go find that so I can put it in the chat for everybody, because I really think that you will enjoy it as much as I have. Mm-hmm. It was 4 months ago. 4 months ago. And thankfully I muted the site before I decided to play that. So here, for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to put it in our Discord chat too, so you can watch it later.
Okay.
But it's so good. It's so good. Okay. What am I looking at here? Okay, I can do that. But I have to do this first. I'd like to call the yellow 5 if possible, please.
Sure.
That would be great. But I know that purple 3 is the only thing I can really play in that spot, so I'm going to take that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I can play the blue 4.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, how am I going to get down to that? Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. Ugh. So, well, I'll just see what's... Oh, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just take one of the red ones. Go from there. That way everybody's left with a variety.
Which is good. I'm actually going to do this. And put that there.
Huh?
I want to get to the rest of the board.
Oh.
So I'm gonna like snake down here.
Okay. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, I can reach the blue too, which is honestly it's going to be the hardest one to get.
Right.
But I want to get to the bottom half of the board, so it might take
Okay.
me 2 or 3 turns to do that. So if I put this down here, it'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah. And I know that I can't move anything, so I'm in for a real treat.
Oh, I did a
Right?
number on myself this round already.
I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed at this point, honestly.
Okay. Do I want the red 1 or do I want the yellow 2?
Ooh.
Speaking of coffee, NJ, are there any
Yes.
particular coffees that you like or might have an association with?
Oh, yeah. So I'll be honest. I still haven't recovered from last Tuesday. I'll be perfectly honest. I have not recovered. I'm still in shock over what y'all did and how hard you broke me. But yes. So in case everybody missed it last week, I was able to announce that I'm now affiliated with a new coffee company called Many Worlds Tavern. They're an online roaster. I met them at PAX Unplugged in December, and I tried their decaf, and it was outstanding. Easily one of the best decafs I've ever had. To the
Ow.
point... Yeah, what? Yeah, hi.
I said, ow, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Easily one of the best I've ever had. And so, yeah, I reached out to them and said, hey, I really like your stuff. I would love to, I'd love to be affiliated. I would love to be associated with you. What's your process on that? And they're like, oh, yeah, here you go. And gave me the info, and one thing led to another, and here we are. And so I am now affiliated with them, and it's awesome. I'm going to actually go here because I can. No, I'm not. I'm going to retract that. So that has to be that. So this has to be that. So this has to be that, and that has to be that. So I think I'm going to do that. So then that has to be that has to be that, and that has to be that. And I think
luck.
that's going to work. That's how I think. But yeah, so yeah. Just so you know, I do get a commission on any sales that are made. I want to be perfectly transparent about that. And also because Twitch requires it, especially after July 1st. It's not technically a sponsored stream, but kinda, I guess. I'm still learning how that works. But yeah, I reached out to them and they're like, yeah, here, just, fill out your information and we'll check out your content. And they did. And they actually watched some of our last Sagrada stream together. And they're like, yeah, well, you've been, you're approved. You're affiliate now. It's like, yeah.
Awesome.
Because I didn't know how to approach it, and then I just happened to stumble across the fact that they do have affiliations with streamers and content creators, and I was like, I need to try this. And they're D&D focused, and they actually, like, if you go to their site, they have a free 5e D&D adventure that you can download, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, it is cool. It's so cool. And they have a lot of really good flavors. Like, Electric Sheep is their decaf. And it's one of the few coffees I can have where I don't have to add anything to it if I don't want to. Because the flavor is there. Because usually I add creamer. My favorite creamer right now is Kahlua flavored.
Ah, okay.
Because it's like having the drink without the hangover. At least in my opinion. But it's also only carried in one place in my area that I know of. So when we go grocery shopping, if we're in that particular location, which we were last night, if I'm running low, I will grab a bottle so I can have it on hand. And I actually was able to do that yesterday, much to my delight.
There you go.
But thank you, Rex, for reminding me to say something about it.
Of course.
Ba-ba-da.
Yeah, Tuesday just kind of popped off, it seemed.
Tuesday was wild. Yeah.
I didn't get to watch your stream, and that made me sad. But
Oh, don't worry about it. Catch the VOD and then laugh along with me because I couldn't do really anything else at that point. I was done.
do you upload your VODs to YouTube?
I do actually. I'm gonna put the YouTube link. That's my replay stream.
Can you put that in our Discord?
Of course I can. One sec. Yeah, I think I need to go here. Because there's literally nowhere else I can go.
Oh.
No, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
I just looked at your board going, ooh, you have one option. Well, I take that back.
I have multiple options, but right now I just need to be very cautious.
Careful.
Yeah, I need to be cautious. So I'm going to do that because there's not much I can do. And yeah, so let me copy the link address and I'll put that in here. I need to start uploading videos again. I really do. And every time I want to sit and make one, I don't have the I struggle with it. I struggle with making the time.
Even if it was your VODs, just your VODs are good.
Yeah, my VODs are up there. Okay, I'm automatically taking the blue one because in looking at this, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's the only place I can put that. So that's gonna go there.
wow, I need both of these. Maybe. I don't. Yeah. I need that one to go there, and I need the other one. But if I don't get it, there's ways around it. I either need the the yellow 4 or the green one. One of the two.
Okay, so we're gonna do that.
Okay.
And
Okay. I guess the best strategy for this would be here.
Oh.
And the thunder has reached me.
it was a matter of time, my friend.
Ah.
I think it might have passed us by now. But I can't tell because I can't hear anything now. Which means that's probably a yes.
Well, that red one is doing me no good. Can't use the yellow.
Yeah, it's not raining as hard. Ooh, go for it, Faison. Go for it. Enjoy your lunch. Yeah, thanks everybody who's coming in and for joining us, hanging out, whether you're chatting away or lurking. You know I don't mind however you want to hang out here. Everybody's welcome no matter how. I appreciate you.
I'm sure your community appreciates the fact that you appreciate them.
I do my best.
Well.
Yeah, I've been trying to explain to my non-Twitch friends, what it is that I do and this kind of, all that other stuff, and they do not get it. They don't seem to understand it. But they try. I will give them credit. They're trying to figure it out. Like, they're trying to understand what I talk about when I talk about certain things. But it kind of goes over, and they're like, oh, what's the thing? What's this Twitch thing you're talking about? And this, that, and the other thing. And I tell them about, what I stream and that I fundraise and stuff like that. And I do stuff for charity, and they know that I am, they know my stances on a number of different things and how how I conduct my community and the fact that I even have one. I think in a way it kind of fascinates them and confuses them at the same time. Okay. So that can only be that. So that can only be that. Because that is going to be that. So that does not apply. This can only be this. So that has to go here, which means that can't go there.
Oh, I should have looked up.
And so that has to be there. So I think this is the only... Wait. Let me see.
Sorry, just talking to myself about being hosed.
Okay, so that has to be there because it's already there. And that's that. And I can't put that there. But I might be able to put... Can I put that there? Hold on. Let me see. If I exchange you for you, am I going to have a problem? So 1, 2... Yeah, you can... And I can't place you there. I can't place you there yet. That's a problem. But I can place you here. As much as I don't want to. Because you have... And you... You are whatever you're going to be. So... I think I'm stuck. I think I'm just going to do that. And green is not my color. I kind of wish it was. It would be so much easier. But alas and alack, 'tis not. But yeah, like I was saying, I really try to, tell my friends about what I do and stuff like that, and it kind of does go over their heads a little bit, because that's not their scene. They're not really into gaming. Their kids kind of are, so they kind of get it from that end, but the kids don't really go on Twitch or anything because they're still kind of young.
Okay.
And they're just like, oh, it's a nice little hobby you have. But I didn't get to tell them yesterday about all the stuff that happened last week. Because with us, the four of us are only together so infrequently that it's really hard to get a word in edgewise, because we're all trying to share what's been going on with us the entire time.
Sure.
And I find that I really struggle with being able to say stuff. And I might actually talk to them about it. Because I feel like I can't get the word in edgewise. But that's just me.
All right. Well, I had nowhere to go with that sandwich. Just like, well, okay. Let's see here probably, and then okay. I think I have.
Oh, that would have been so good, but no.
Yeah. Think.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be tough. Oh, this is gonna be so tough.
I think I can swing that.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, so I might end up streaming tomorrow, because Skiz's new server opens tomorrow.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. All right, where are these purples gonna go? Yellow, yellow. Wait. Oh shoot, that has to be purple. Oh wait, yeah, because blue, blue, purple, purple. Okay, we can make this work. Because yellow has to go here. So I'm going to put this red 5 here. And then I think... Oh, I need... No, wait. Shoot. Hold on.
You're up next anyway.
I know.
Okay.
I have to think. I have to really think here. So... Green, yellow, yellow, green, blue, purple. So purple has to go here and here. Oh wait, no, red. No, red has to go here. Yellow can go here. So this has to be red. This has to be yellow. Red, yellow, purple. So purple goes here. And then purple goes here. Because red, yellow... Oh no, this has to be red, so... Oh, sugar beets. Okay, I'm gonna screw this up somehow.
Good luck.
Red... Yeah, because red's here. So red had to be... Yellow has to be here, because red... F... I'm gonna mess up one of these, but it's okay. I'll live. Go. Biscuits and gravy.
Oh.
That's gonna mess me up.
Anybody.
I tried my best, but I can't move squat.
I say, yeah, this is not good for anybody.
This is challenging. For all of us.
Well, that can go there. But that's, yep, that's all I see there.
Let's see.
I just got an email from a recruiting agency saying, hey, you can now receive job alerts via text. And I'm like, I don't want to receive job alerts from you at all, let alone via text.
Oh, dab.
Oh,
You
what?
you tell him, Rex.
Well, especially because they still have someone working for them who, to be brief and charitable, I would not want to put money in their pocket by working for their company because I do not care for this person nor how they do business. And that's me being incredibly civil.
That is very nice of you to say.
All these ones. Oh, this is getting difficult.
Oh,
Oh, actually, you know what?
speaking of being civil and charitable, remember I mentioned I was having some challenges with someone that I was volunteering with?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have since talked to that person indirectly and the other person who kind of oversees everything, and he told me, the person above, he's like, yeah, you handled the situation pretty amicably, all things considered. And I said, I certainly tried, because I don't wish ill upon the person. I want them to know that I was, like, really bugged by what they did. And he goes, yep, I'm going to make sure to have a conversation with them about it. And I think they did, because I was on a chat with them yesterday to help figure some stuff out for this thing we've got going on later this summer. And that person ended up giving, some really great suggestions and was on board with everything. And it was just an actual, like, a very, very pleasant conversation. I was really pleased with how it turned out. I, however, am not pleased with all of this nonsense right now.
Yeah.
I'm not pleased with this at all. Because this has to be red. So this has to be red. Because this has to be yellow. But I already have a 1 there, so that doesn't help me one flippin' bit. And the 4 does. And the 4 and the 1 and the 3 don't help either. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm going, this is the worst case scenario for me. Because no matter what, I lose. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to switch this out. I'm going to pick you, switch you out for the 2. Because we can't flip, we can't do anything. And I'm going to have to put it here. Because this has to be red. And this has to be blue. Now, I'm going to politely request that the blue 1 be left. Or else I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Okay.
But I'm just looking at that and I'm going, bah! But yeah, so, yeah, that conversation went really well. And I'm feeling very positive about it. And one of the things that I am actually very proud of myself for, because I really try not to hold grudges, because I think for the most part they're kind of a waste of energy and time. And I'm not, I'm not super upset about it. I've got other stuff I'm doing, so it's not a big deal. At the end of the day, and so I really wanted to make sure that that person, like, that her needs were addressed and that her voice was heard and that everybody's voice was heard. And I said, okay, well, and we had so many technical difficulties because, Zoom can be garbage at times depending on where you are. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I just want to make sure I heard everything correctly. And, I'm repeating stuff back. And it was this really interesting back and forth. And I actually came away from the conversation feeling completely ready for the event that we're working on to be a massive success. And they were receptive to what I needed and what my group needs. And I said, okay, this is the stuff I need from you all. Can you help me make sure that this happens? You know, can you do your part with these particular items? And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely, we'll help take care of it. I said, good, you know, because this is how we're going to have a successful event, is us, you know, collaborating and working together and making sure that we're all on the same page. And even my friend was all, this is really great. Like, this conversation was wonderful. I feel really positive about it. And I was like, yeah, I did my job.
Mhm.
Like, let's go. So I felt really good about it. Because I volunteer with some of the, you know, like, kindest people. And, you know, you have to figure that everybody's on this leadership, and I call it a leadership journey. And in our organization, we pride ourselves on being leaders and learning from when we, you know, don't do something quite right or whatever, and just like not like process the emotion, work through it, and then figure out how to do better. It says my connection is unstable. That's great. I'm dropping frames.
No.
I'm dropping like 6,000 frames. That's great. Excuse me, internet. Please, internet access or internet connection. Please do not be a dork.
No, don't dork it.
Please don't bork it. I need you. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? I am going to cry because I need a blue 2 and I'm not getting it. I do need a red 4. I don't have it.
You and me both, sister.
Yeah. I will take the yellow 2 though, and I'm going to put it over here because I need a yellow there because that has to be red by default. I will probably end up taking either the red 5 or the yellow 4.
Mm-hmm.
If that is okay. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I can take either of those. Everything else is kind of garbaggio for me.
Garbaggio.
Garbaggio.
What's the hotel you stayed at recently? Oh, the Garbaggio.
Oh, I thought it was the Italian artist who specialized in getting things from junkyards.
Yes, my good friend, Monsieur Garbaggio.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What did you need, NJ?
I can use either the yellow 4 or the red 5.
Okay.
Everything else is kind of meh to me. Okay.
Okay, it keeps wanting to switch my
So red 5.
screen, but it goes right back to mine. I don't know how to deal with that.
Not sure either.
Oh, now it goes to
Oh no. Oh.
Oh,
F.
shoot a pickle.
Yeah, I'm not having a good time this game.
You know what? Free pass, because this
Okay.
is a demonic game.
And then it went back to me. What
This,
the-
this game is a whole thing. My goodness. Good grief.
Okay, I need more coffee at
Why?
this rate. Oh my goodness.
Heck, I might need more coffee at this rate, and I've already had 2 cups.
I've had like a quarter of a cup.
Oh, then you need to indulge a little
Yeah.
bit more. Just a little bit more.
I definitely need more coffee. That's a for sure.
Let's see. Why am I getting a notification for? Oh, okay. That's
I think I do believe that we are going to have to like take a lap after this one.
Oh, this
Yeah.
one's...
I
This
feel it in
one's-
my soul.
This one's actually my last one because I've got some stuff I have to do before 4 o'clock. So
Understood.
it's fine.
I
fine.
I
It's
may
just
I may actually head out as well after this one.
Aw.
You know what? That's more than fair, because it's been rough this entire time. Oh, hey, look, Green 5. Hi, bye.
Ugh, why? 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 Game.
Ow.
Game.
That hurt my soul.
Tell
Okay,
me
breathe,
why
breathe,
these
breathe,
dice
breathe.
are being so mean.
I'm gonna take
Tell me
the
why.
yellow one. I'm gonna take the yellow one and run.
No one can even explain. Tell me why.
These are all numbers that I can't use. It's just like this is designed to torture me.
But
hate
this is why we love the
Okay.
game so much.
I hate
So
it.
I can put this here,
I'm going to
And
rage
then-
quit. I'm going to rage quit.
we'll see.
Oh my goodness. This
Fine.
is
You know what? You know what, game? You win. I give up on that. Fine. Fine.
Oh my goodness.
not gonna lie. I am howling right now with how rough this is. Then again, they gave us the hardest bonus point set, so it's fine.
Whoa. Dude.
Oh my gosh, I've dropped
Other
over
words that I
10,000
want to
frames.
say.
No. Please, internets, please keep working.
Right. See you later, face on.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, he
They
went to make burgers a while ago. He's probably enjoying them by now.
yeah.
At least one of us is having a good day, face on.
Yeah, at least one of us is happy.
And there's absolutely nothing in the round track you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause even the stuff in the round track, if I drop it in, it's gonna mess me up somewhere else. And I have 2 turns of this, so it.
It's a whole thing.
Mm.
Goodness.
This is not even peanut butter and jelly.
This is what we sign up for every week, though.
Oh, this is brutal.
It is brutal, but that's half the fun.
Mm.
God, take these dice back.
Like I said, this is why we love the game so much.
I don't know that I do after this, NJ. I really don't.
Oh please, I'm gonna see you next week. You know that.
Yeah, we're gonna need a
Like,
week to cool off.
Citation needed for that statement.
Facts not in evidence, counselor. Facts not in evidence. Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Facts not in evidence. If I may speak frankly, I can't because this is a family-friendly stream, but there's strong language on the tip of my tongue. Know that. I will mention this.
Oh!
What?
I think I mentioned this last week. One of my players.
Oh, I see why you did that. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were saying, Rex?
One of my players got the full jersey from me in
Oh.
the last session I ran
Mm-hmm.
because I was running through the free bag of coin that they got,
Yeah.
and he was, I rattled off, platinum, gold, silver, copper,
Yeah.
and he goes, "What? No electrum?"
That's right, you were telling me the story.
Okay, yeah, I mentioned it. It's
You
just
did, you did, you did. You did, you were
Okay,
telling us
buddy.
a story.
I'm gonna uncork on you now.
But tell it again, because it makes me laugh.
So I
What do I
uncorked
need?
on him about how there was a a small glowing red gem in there. It seems that's actually a delayed blast fireball. Roll dex.
Rip.
I did not actually hit him with it because it would not have made sense. But it was just like you, silly goose. You know what? I am just gonna pass.
I do not like any or all of this. This hurts. And I only have one move that I can do to close one spot.
Is there a seppuku button for this game? Because I don't see one.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 4 and I'm going to put it here so I at least get that column. But if I end up with over 30, I will consider it a victory because there is literally nothing else I can do. I think I put myself in a really bad spot, and we're on round 9. I'm hoping that 10 will give us something better. I'm not holding my breath because I can't use any more favor tokens, so you know what? If I come out over 30, it's a win, so I'm not going to be upset.
Oh.
This was a tough game for all of us, but we're going to persevere somehow. And if we all end up over 30, I will consider that a massive victory. Oh! Hello! Hi, Eye of Tack. Hi! Thanks for the follow. Welcome in.
Yay! Okay.
We are playing the Sagrada.
Wicked!
Dibs on the blue
Absolutely.
5. Dibs on the blue 5.
Blue 2!
Absolutely.
Blue 2! Blue 2! Blue 2!
Absolutely wicked game.
A blue 2 and 2 yellow, a blue 2 and a yellow 4. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Please, 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 please.
So that
Please.
way I get at least 10 points.
Please let me have that yellow 4.
Blue's
There's
my
2 of
color.
them.
Yes, please, 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 please. I'm so oh my god. Ah! I'm excited now. I was so sad. Now I'm not. Yay! Oh, my heart just immediately jumped and now it's racing. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go get more coffee." No. I don't need it now.
Yeah.
It also helped that the follower noise scared the living behoops out of me a little bit.
Yeah.
Scared me a little bit, but that's okay. Hi. Oh, okay. Okay. Heart rate, please come back to normal. Thank you. I keep forgetting that no matter how low I set those sounds, they're still really loud in my ear.
Okay, what did you need, NJ?
I need one of the yellow 4s, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
I need a hug after this round.
Yeah. Totally understand.
I'll give you one the next time I see you.
Thank you.
It'll be delayed. It'll be delayed, but it'll be there.
I'll take it. I'll
Nah.
take it. I've talked to some people who are going to PAX, who that's the only time I get to see them is at PAX U, and I've already told them, obviously
Oh.
with consent, but I got a hug
Yes.
for you if you want one. So
Fabulous. Yeah, I'm looking forward to PAX, and I'm really hoping that I get the opportunity to teach a game again this year.
Yeah.
yes,
I really want to.
I will both heckle and support as I did last year.
I enjoyed it very much. I really did. Yeah.
I can play the useful idiot again and raise my hand. Is it like, but NJ, how do you do this?
Oh yeah, that's
That-
my version of heckling.
That
Yes.
that was massively useful because I think we talked about this before about how when you play a game so frequently, everything just becomes so deeply ingrained that it's second nature and you don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you both were there and you were kind of, pointing out, hey, what about this? And hey, what about that? It was all the stuff that I had ingrained, but that I just forgot to mention because it was ingrained and just like already set in my head.
Well, even as we're playing the useful idiot, it helps other people who might be nervous about asking questions to ask questions.
Exactly.
So I joke that it's heckling, but there is a useful function to it for people who might otherwise stay quiet and then they walk away going, I didn't, there were a lot of things I didn't understand.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh!
think I
What?
yeah.
Whoa.
Ugh!
Wow.
I hate that victory. I hate it so much.
I I need to recover from this beating.
I am confused. I am the only one that finished my board. What?
Eesh. Oh gosh. Good job, NJ. You did give me a run for my money there.
Okay, so everybody, I want you to take a second.
Oh.
I want you to take a second because Rex did not deserve that.
Well, a couple things happened.
No.
One, they were stingy with the blues.
Yep,
Two, I
they
made
were.
a mistake early on. I got the 2 blue 5s. There were only 2 blue 6s the entire game. And
Yeah.
y'all needed them, you took them, whatever. It's fine. I'm not complaining about that. That's the game itself. But they were extremely stingy with blues. I made a mistake on the left side, which jammed me up. And because of some of the color combinations that I had and the way things were coming up, I could not place things.
Yep.
So like I needed to put a green in the bottom center.
Yep.
But the values of greens by the time I was able to were 2s and 3s. So I took the sacrifice. I didn't get a red 3 that I could place. I didn't get a purple 6 that I could place in the far right. I had been saving
This game
that
does
spot.
not deserve a picture.
Oh, I didn't take. I'm not taking one.
You can. A lot
You
of
can,
things.
yeah.
I have no shame in this. It was a confluence of things going wrong, and me getting frustrated early and not seeing a way out, and the inability to move things really did a number on me. So I wasn't in the right headspace, made a mistake early, and that started the avalanche. It happens, and I would actually like you to post it if you're hesitating for any reason in deference to me.
I've already done it.
Because this can happen. You know, I've had games over 70. I'm going to have games below 20 if I'm not super careful and paying attention early on. It's all good.
Yeah, I think we're all in that boat, obviously, with that as well. Because, you know, when I play solo mode, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I have to try to beat the round track, and the round track comes back, and it's, 70, and I get maybe 20. It just, oh, well, there goes that. Because with the round track, it's whatever you put up there. And that's why you have the tools, because the tools will eliminate, in solo mode, they eliminate the dice that you use for it, because you use a colored die. So if you had, let's say the tool that you want to use, you have to dump a red die, and you have a red 6, you dump the red 6, that doesn't count against your final score. But if you have to use it and it's a 1, it's just, oh, well, it's a 1, but you're putting a 6 up there, so it's just like,
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
a
well, at
thing.
least now I know how to play solo, because I could not figure it out for the life of me.
Yeah, your score is basically what you put up on the round track, and that's why it encourages you to use the tools, because then you don't have as many dice up on the round track.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a particularly challenging. This was one of the most challenging boards to work on when you have row column color is already hard.
Yep.
And then when you throw in a number restriction on top of that, either row or column, gets even worse. I think the row restrictions are harder. In general, because
They are, yes.
It's a 5 rather than a 4. The fact that you can get combos of those, it's madness. It is utterly frustrating. I mean, you can flip to mine. I was struggling all the way through because, just like you, NJ, I couldn't get a red 4 for the life of me. Like, I couldn't. I don't think a single red 4 popped up the entire game.
If it did, I yoinked it.
And it was a
yeah, I didn't have it.
Eventually, just sacrificing rows. It's just like because there's that one that popped up where it was just all 1s and 2s. It's like
you were able to make up for it with a couple of the rows and your columns. Your columns were on point.
Yeah, but but again, it's like at that one point of what can you sacrifice? And it's just, that's a very frustrating feeling.
Understandably.
Yeah. So, but
But you did
like,
pretty damn good.
yeah. Okay. So went for about 2 hours. I've got to take a bit. I got to take a beat here.
That's fine. I'm glad you could hang out for a little while.
Absolutely.
You know I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a shout out since you're heading out. So, since both of you are heading out, I'm going to give you a shout out, Tyran, and Rex, I'm going to activate the command for your Twitter. But if you want to talk about what you're up to or what you're planning to, like, Tyran, if you want to talk about what you're streaming this week, that would be cool. Like, promo time.
So,
yep.
hello everybody. My name is Taranthosaurus from Twitch and Twitter, Taranthosaurus. And I have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday streaming schedule at 6 p.m. Central, where we play all sorts of different chilly vibe games, and then just get in and have a good time. This week, I'm going to be playing a little bit more of Ogre Pixel's Lonesome Village, a little bit of a Stardew Valley / mystery game that I've kind of gotten into. It's very chill, and you play as a little cute fox, coyote thing, whatever. It's good. So drop on by, and I'd love to see you around. So you can catch me here on Sunday Sagrada streams with NJ and her crew, and also occasionally on such venues and charity streams as Draw for Charity.
Very cool. Rex, your turn.
Hi, I'm Rex Verdi. I don't really stream, but I do show up on other people's streams, such as NJ's Sagrada stream, which you just watched. Friday nights, I can be found playing Among Us on either Vidmaster 7's stream or NJ's stream. And usually on Draw for Charity, I'll pop in for games on that. And of course, if you like wordplay and generally gaming-related stuff, you can find me on Twitter.
And the link for that is in the chat right now.
Thank you.
But have fun. I know you both have D&D later. I would love to hear more about it at some point. Hear about your adventures. Yes?
You're buffing really bad.
I know. I can't do anything about it right now.
I will expound at length about my tiefling pro wrestler Lorebard to anyone who will listen, and even those who won't. So I won't do that right now, but he's a fun character to play, and I'm looking forward to getting into him, as it were, tonight. So
fantastic.
Thank you for having us, NJ. I hope you all have a great week, and I
will
see you around.
Absolutely. See you guys later. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Amelia, looks like it's just the two of us. I can't do anything about the buffering. I don't know what's going on with it.
I refreshed my stream, and you're like stuck on Tyran's move. Oh, I see it. Okay, hold on. Let me see what's going on here. So I'm not sure if anybody heard any of that.
Hold on, can you all see or... Finn says that they heard it.
Finn said he heard it. They heard it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on and why it's buffering.
Okay.
If it's the connection we have here is pretty strong according to Manatee, so I don't know what's up, but I think we can keep going. Okay, so if you can hear this, if it's acting really wonky and you can't watch anything, if it's continuing to drop frames, please do this. Hit exclamation point, no. And that will tell me that I might need to reboot the stream. Okay? So just let me know. Because I see what you mean. I see that it is... I mean... Right now it's on Tyran's screen, and I am watching, and because I have the stream feed up. It's a couple of seconds behind, but it seems to it does seem to be working properly now.
Finally caught to where we're at least ending the game.
On your end, it's doing that. On my end, it's showing the right thing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 seconds behind on my screen. So I think we're caught up. I'm going to start a new game
Oof.
for us if you want, or do you
Okay.
want to make more coffee?
Actually, Schaefer brought me some coffee, so he's being amazing.
Hi, Schaefer. Okay, that's
Okay.
awesome.
The reason I asked about Sunday is because I have to have surgery on the 5th.
Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, we're definitely going to
Yeah.
play. Always love to have you. So,
Yeah, that
you can
stone
relax
issue,
and stuff. Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah. You
what
were,
they have to fix.
well, I hope it goes well. I really hope it goes well. And if you are able to and you feel up to coming in and, spending a little quality time with us before you have that done, that would be awesome to have you for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very nervous about that. That's. And the only reason why I'm nervous about that is because they got to put me under.
You know what? I always feel the same way about that, but, chat with your surgical team and let them know that you have these, hesitations, reservations, what have you, and, you know, don't just make sure you're asking a lot of questions and you're getting a full understanding of how it's going to go and what they're going to
Oh,
do.
I
Because,
definitely have that.
yeah, when I,
It, it's it's at the point of if I don't, it can kill me.
oh,
So, yeah, it's not elective.
well, yeah, I mean, they're going to tell you, if you have any questions, ask. And that's the point where you just start grilling them like they're a piece of steak.
Oh, I
That,
did that the other day when they
yeah.
called to confirm or
Well, no.
change a appointment. I went bleh.
Uh, like even oh wow, I picked the wrong board for this.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ooh,
Okay. Yikers. Okay. You know what? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We'll make it work. I'm going to start over here so that I have exit
okay.
points. And
So,
I will take that I'm going to
blue
take
five.
that. Yeah, I'm taking the blue 5 because I want to go down and in.
Okay.
Um but when I had surgery back in 2018, I think it was 2017 or no 2017. We were talking about it yesterday actually, and every time I talked to the doctors, I always asked a lot of questions and I asked them to explain everything to me. And even if you have to use the line from Galaxy Quest, explain it to me as if I'm a small child.
Right.
Um, then absolutely have them do that because they're required in a sense. I think. Well, I don't know if they're required to, but they should. Make sure that you fully understand what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what I did. I
When
asked a lot of questions. Oh my
when
God.
he broke it down to the fact of okay, I have to have it.
Yeah.
It did not matter. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cry like a 2-year-old for quite a while, but I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it, and you're gonna and if when all go if all, obviously afterwards my hope for you is that you feel 1,000% better and that you're feeling totally great and that you're just
You're gonna take
back
the
to
number I
yourself.
need.
Which
Well, the
what
number I
the
want.
what the 6?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not gonna do that then. Let me see what I got here. How
Oh,
about how about I take
diagonals.
how about I take that instead? Or do
Okay.
you need both?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'll take that and you can have the 6 and then I'll take this red 5 over here and I'll put it up here.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, cuz I want to do that, but I can't do that. Does this move color? No, it moves value. Okay. So I'm going to do this, but then do oh wait, no, I can't do that. That's silly cuz then I can't cuz that's a thing next to a thing.
Oh, you can't do the red 5.
No, I think I'm going to have to put it over here in the corner. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it here in the corner and just like it, and that's fine. It's storming here. Because it stopped raining for a while, and now the rain is so heavy and thick, I can see it in front of our neighbor's house. And I'm nervous when it rains hard like this, because I'm always afraid that the basement's going to get water in it. Which stinks. And it tells me that we might have to turn the air conditioners off. Which I don't want to do. Should we turn the air conditioners off, honey?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. I'm just going to warn everybody right now that if we need to turn the air conditioners off, I'm going to stop what I'm doing to get up and go turn them off.
Yeah, it sounds like you might just be done shortly because you keep cutting in and out.
It'll be okay. I think I'm going to take the... Okay, I can't do that, but I am going to do this, and I'm going to keep just going across. Rex says that I'm smooth for now.
Okay, it might just
Okay.
be my headphones.
If the stream is hiccuping... See if I can spell hiccuping on anyone's end. Please speak up in chat. We have a bad storm, no thunder or lightning, thankfully. Yet? Question mark? So I might have to end soon if it keeps up. I planned on ending around like 3:15 anyway, because there's a bunch of stuff around the house that we want to do.
Right.
Oh, what do I want here? Sigh.
You couldn't have used the other one anyway. It was a purple 5.
I know. Okay, that 5 is a pain in my butt, and I don't like it. Alright, so I know I have to do that. I need a split second to think here. I think I'm going to put this here for now. And I will figure out how to adjust it so that I can move it later. But right now, no. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, it's raining really hard to the point where I can hear it. I mean, then again, I actually sit here with, and I do this at work too. I don't put my headphones on both of my ears. I usually keep one ear open for 2 reasons. One, if I have both headphones on, then everything sounds 10 times louder. I only keep it on if I need to, like if I'm using prox chat and people are walking around, then I have to be able to hear them if they're on my left or my right. But also, if I'm needed in another room, if hi Hard Luck, if I'm needed in another room, then I have to be able to kind of pivot and go see what's going on. Okay, so I need to do the switcheroo there. I need to get that down there. but I'm not quite there yet. And I have no way of getting over there. So that's a whole problem in and of itself. So I'm going to go there first. And... oh, this really stinks. I should not have done that. But it's fine. And I think I'm going to go here because I have to. But I need to get down there. That's going to help me out immensely. So I'm going to do that next.
Well, we at least have little diagonals.
Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay, this is... I was really hoping for a yellow. That would have been great. Why no yellows?
They've only given us one so far, and that's
And-
ludicrous.
And they've only given us, they haven't given us diddly squat. This fives business is ridiculous. Not gonna lie. You know what? I'm gonna put it down here. Because I need to get down here. And there is seriously... wait, there is something I can do. If I do this, then I can move this to here. And that's okay. Because then I can do-si-do the fives. And that would be fine. Because right now, this game is just a mess. This game is a mess. How are you doing, Hard Luck? How are things going?
Alright, what do you need out of this?
I'm gonna take the blue 5, but I gotta do some do-si-doing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do-si-do a bit.
Oh, you did say the blue 5, right?
Yep.
Phew.
Yeah, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay. Nothing exciting, just a chill day, more wrestling training tomorrow. Yeah, for us it's pretty chill as well. Okay, that's better. I feel better now. I feel a lot better. Finally, a diagonal that'll work. We're probably after stream, because I think with all the dropped frames and everything, I think I don't want to call it here, but if people are saying that it's really bad, then I am gonna call it after this. There's a bunch of stuff that we have to do, and it's pouring rain, which kind of stinks. So I want to get as much done around here where I don't have to go outside as possible. And then when there's a lull in the weather, then go out. Okay. Okay, you have options. Okay. I'm gonna take the yellow 6. And then I'm gonna take the purple 2.
Okay.
Because that's going to finish my row. Like, my diagonals are trash, but I don't care because I'm filling in spots, and that's all I really care about right now.
Yeah, I was say, at
Not
this
gonna
point,
lie.
let's just finish the game.
Exactly. At this point, it's just like, let's attempt to finish strongly, please. That would be great.
I would say I could have used the, red 5 too. But,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my amazing friend just messaged
Oh
me
my
because
goodness.
she was gonna come by, and I was like, yeah, I'm not done yet, and I gotta do stuff, and it's pouring rain, and I feel so bad because she's in the middle of running her errands, and so like, run your errands, it's okay, call me later. I know you're watching, and I just want you to know that I adore you. You know who you are. And you better call me when you get home, because I would love to talk to you. She will. She will. I think she can hear me grinning from here. Yeah, the weather here is it's so gross. It's been so, I'm glad.
Huh.
I'm
Which one did you need, NJ?
That's a good question. I could use the purple 6 or either of the red ones. Either one will be fine. If purple's your color, then take the 6.
No, it's not.
Oh, rip. Oh, I just found out it's Liara's birthday. I need to do something nice for her.
So I can do this, move that there. Okay. I am going to do this.
Everybody, do me a favor. It's Liara's birthday, and she's amazing. She's a dear friend of mine.
Is.
She's a dear friend of mine, and she helps out with the Hermitcraft recap every day, or every week. Give her a follow if you're not already following her. She's on the Truly Bedrock server. She's so fun. Alright, I'm going to fill in that 6 requirement.
Huh. Huh. Okay. So I can go ahead and take that one.
Okay,
Yeah, I think we're both gonna have to do some moving here soon.
not really. Okay, I think we can get away with putting one of these 4s over here. Just getting in that
And the blue
corner. Possibly, yeah.
Oh, it's your turn. Huh,
Yes.
nice.
I considered putting the yellow 4 up over here because I could. Because the best I'm going to do here is a blue 3. And I don't want to take the risk of getting something that I'm not going to be able to use. Although if I do have a 5 here, I can shift something over to put in this spot instead. I could do that. That would be that would be fine.
We can move and replace the numbers, but when it comes to colors, they're stuck.
No, but I mean, if I re-roll this, right? Which I'm going to do.
Okay.
And as long as it came up a 5, so I can put that there, and then I can put something here and shift it over and cover the 5, because I have enough to do
Okay.
that. So I'm going to do that.
Cool.
I'll probably regret it later, but it's fine.
Well, that's at least a diagonal. Oh,
All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Not terrible, though. Not ideal, but not terrible. The amount of 5s in this borders on ridiculous. Yeah, tell me something I don't already know. Hold on. Just the fact of how this is set up is a thing. So if I go over here, and I go over here, that at least gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And that lets me go here, but then I have to take my second turn. And that is a whole host of new problems.
And you're out of...
And I'm out of things, yes. So what's a better way to handle this situation? Because this has... Oh, okay. So if I do this... No, hold on. I said I could do that. And I'm going to. I can use this and move that 6 up into this corner like I said I would. And I can put this here. And then I can put the yellow 4 up there, and that would be acceptable.
Okay.
So I'll take the other yellow 4, and then keep my fingers crossed, because I've probably borked myself a little bit, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I want that. And then... What did you want? The yellow 4, correct?
Yes, the yellow 4, please.
Okay. Good with that, then. So I'm gonna take this red 5 and worry about it later.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's really nothing else I can do at this point. If the 5s were more cooperative, not the 5s, if the reds were better and the board was more cooperative, it would have been better, but yeah, I think we're just gonna have to wing it. Of course. Yeah, I am done. I'm done for the game. That's okay. It was fine. It's okay.
Oof. Okay. Let's put this here.
All right, let's see. Yep. Yeah, I'm totally out.
This. Yeah, I don't want that. It's fours. Yeah. And wow. What? Ugh. Green was my color.
Yeah, blue was mine and it just did not work.
Yeah, they were not very kind to you at all.
Nah. Happens. It happens. Yeah, this was a rough one.
Oh.
And I thought about ending here, but I haven't seen anyone say otherwise that the everything's
Okay, then I need a really quick streamer break.
oh, you know what? I'm watching the feedback now and it looks like even more stuff dropped.
Okay.
I think I'm going to cut it here if that's okay.
That's
I'm
fine.
watching it back. It's really bad.
Okay, well, things can't wait. Thanks. Bye.
Later, Amelia. Would help if I spelled the shout out command right. Okay, everybody. Apparently the feed is really bad. I'm watching it on my end. So I apologize. I think I'm going to cut it here. I think the weather might be affecting it or just because. I do apologize. If I'm able to stream later today for a little while, I will try. I might do a test from the laptop. I don't know yet. But I do appreciate all of you sticking it out with me while it was going on. And I do appreciate you all very, 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 very much. Like, seriously, I really do. I need to figure out who to send you on raid to. Liara is not streaming, or else we would go raid her for her birthday. But I do see that Cam is streaming. I will send you over to Cam. When you get over there, please tell him that, here, I'll give the command in chat because I just fixed everything. That is our command. That's our message to Cam. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the new follows. And again, thank you all for last week. I will be back tomorrow. I might be streaming from Skizzlecraft, which is Skizzleman's server, which is launching, but I'm not sure yet. I think we're allowed to, but I'll see. But yeah, let's go raid Cam. I'm gonna go take care of what I need to take care of, and I hope you all. Cam's playing Final Fantasy 16, so yay! Listen, everybody, have a good one. You know the drill. Wear required. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. Get vaccinated and boosted. And stay safe out there. Most importantly of all, be excellent to yourselves and to each other. I really, really, really appreciate you, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you, as always. Take care. Bye.